Pay attention to this man standing beside this car. Late morning, December, a parking lot in Jacksonville, Florida. He's waiting. Watch how he stands. Casual, confident, like he's done this 100 times before. Now look at this girl walking toward him. Teenage girl, carrying bags like she's going on a trip. She's not being forced. She's not running from danger. She's walking to him, willingly, eagerly. Look at this moment. They talk. He reaches up, both hands on her shoulders. Familiar, comfortable, protective even. She doesn't flinch, doesn't pull away. She trusts him completely. That girl was Iyana Sawyer. The man was her uncle, Johnathan Quiles. In less than an hour, she will be dead, shot in the chest, 5 months pregnant. Her unborn baby girl dying with her. This 7-second moment, this is the last time anyone will see Iyana Sawyer alive. But who was this girl? What kind of life was she living? And how did she end up here? Iyana Sawyer was living the kind of life most teenagers dream about. Honor student at Terry Parker High School in Jacksonville, Florida. Close with her mom, Kimberly Mobley. Protective of her younger sister. She wanted to be a pediatrician or lawyer. Had the grades for both. Friends described her as a homebody who rarely spent nights anywhere except home or at her aunt's house. But Iyana carried a secret that would cost her everything. She was pregnant, 5 months along by December of 2018. She'd recently told her mother about the baby. The family had been supportive, even picked out a name. Hazel Michelle Mobley. They were ready to help raise the child together. But there was one question haunting everyone. Who was the father? Iyana wasn't talking. She'd only told her mother one thing. The father's name was Jose. Nobody in the family knew anyone named Jose. So who was this man waiting by the car? What made him so dangerous? And why did everyone trust him? Johnathan Quiles seemed like the last person who'd hurt anyone. Mechanic, handyman, always ready with a joke or helping hand. At 34, he was married to Naomi, Iyana's aunt. They had kids together, another baby on the way. He was the cool uncle at family gatherings, pool parties, beach trips, Sunday dinners. Quiles worked at Ace Pick-A-Part, an auto salvage yard on North Main Street in Jacksonville. Steady job, steady life, the kind of guy neighbors trusted, the kind of family member you'd leave your kids with for the summer. But underneath that dependable exterior, Quiles was living a double life. He'd been sexually abusing his teenage niece for months, maybe longer. And by December 2018, that secret was about to destroy everything he'd built. But how did this happen? How does a trusted uncle become a predator? And how long had this been going on? The Sawyer and Quiles families were tight-knit. Iyana and her sister spent entire summers at Aunt Naomi and Uncle John's house. It was normal, it was safe, or it should have been. Quiles had access. He knew Kimberly Mobley's work schedule. He'd come by when she wasn't home, even after being told to stay away. The girls called him Uncle John, but they had a code name too, Jose. It was their private nickname for him. Nobody thought anything of it. Iyana's younger sister would later testify that she'd witnessed inappropriate contact between Quiles and Iyana for at least 2 years. Kissing, touching, sexual encounters. She kept the secret to protect her relationship with her sister. By the summer of 2018, Iyana was in love with Quiles. At least that's what her sister believed. Snapchat messages between them showed obsession, jealousy, possessiveness. "I'm so in love with you. I'll kill you and cry," Quiles wrote in one message. "You're stuck with me until you die. I love you way too much to let you go." The betrayal was complete. The man who was supposed to protect her had been grooming her for years. So what led to that December morning? What happened in the days and weeks before? And when did Quiles decide murder was his only option? November 2018. Iyana is 5 months pregnant. Her mother finds out, asks about the father. Iyana only says his name is Jose. Thanksgiving 2018. Iyana's grandmother witnesses what she describes as an inappropriate hug between Quiles and Iyana during the family gathering. Early December. Quiles orders herbal drugs online, pills designed to cause miscarriage. He gives them to Iyana. She refuses to take them. His wife Naomi is also pregnant at this time, carrying Quiles' child. December 19, 2018, the day everything ends. That morning, Iyana attends her first few classes at Terry Parker High School. Around 11 o'clock, she leaves campus. One of her close friends would later testify that Iyana told her she'd be staying with Quiles for 2 weeks. She thought they were running away together. At 8 minutes past 8 that morning, Quiles clocked in at Ace Pick-A-Part. Surveillance footage shows him arriving in a red minivan. At 11:17 that morning, that same red minivan leaves the salvage yard property. But his time card says he was on the property all day. Now you've seen the timeline. You've seen them leave together. But what happened in that moment we can't see. What happened at the salvage yard? Now you know who they are. That man waiting by the car, Johnathan Quiles, 34, mechanic, married, father, predator. That girl walking toward him, Iyana Sawyer, pregnant with his baby, thinking they're running away together. Watch her approach him, no hesitation, complete trust. Watch him touch her shoulders. That gesture that looks protective, caring. Watch him open that door for her like a gentleman. She gets in that car thinking she's about to start a new life. She has no idea Johnathan Quiles has been planning this murder for weeks. So what happened next? What did Quiles do in that place with no cameras? And how do we know what happened when no one was there to see it? What happens next, nobody sees. The salvage yard's back section has no cameras. That's where he told her to wait. That's where it happened. According to Quiles' own confession to his brother Joseph, he tried to strangle her first, his hands around her throat, the girl he'd helped raise, the girl who trusted him completely. But she wasn't dying fast enough. It was making him sick watching her struggle. So he pulled out a gun and shot her in the chest. 1 bullet. 5 months pregnant. The baby died instantly with her mother. But Quiles wasn't done. He had a plan, and disposing of the body was just the beginning. Quiles didn't panic. This wasn't a crime of passion. He'd been planning this. He knew the dumpster schedule at Ace Pick-A-Part. He knew which container would be emptied that day. He wrapped Iyana's body in carpet from the property, carried her to the industrial dumpster, threw her inside, like garbage. The next day, December 20th, that dumpster was collected by All American Garbage and transported to Otis Road landfill. By the time Iyana's mother realized her daughter was missing, Iyana's body was buried under 5,000 tons of construction debris. But Quiles wasn't done covering his tracks. He went to a shooting range afterward, fired his gun multiple times. If police ever tested it, the recent firing would mask the forensic evidence from Iyana's murder. He thought of everything, but even the best-laid plans can fall apart, and this one started unraveling almost immediately. That evening, Iyana's younger sister called home, frantic. "Iyana's not here. This isn't like her." Kimberly Mobley was at work. She called her sisters immediately. One called 911, the other raced to the school. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office initially treated it as a runaway case. Pregnant teenage girl scared about becoming a mother. It happened. But Kimberly Mobley knew better. Detective Billy Abbott was assigned the case. When he went to the Quiles house, something felt wrong. Quiles was too calm, too helpful. His wife Naomi backed him up completely. They consented to a full search of the house. Quiles sat outside chatting with officers like they were old friends. Then Quiles and his wife started talking about what Iyana had taken with her. When officers asked about missing items, Naomi mentioned the girl had taken a lot of her Victoria's Secret undergarments. Quiles got specific, real specific. Yeah, her 38 pairs, he said. 38 pairs. He knew exactly how many pieces of underwear his teenage niece owned. How does an uncle know details like that? Abbott asked for DNA. Quiles agreed. That sample came back matching DNA found on Iyana's underwear from 9 months earlier. The unknown sample finally had a name, Johnathan Quiles. The case turned from missing person to homicide on January 7, 2019, when the phone rang at the sheriff's office. The caller was Joseph Quiles, Jonathan's own brother. "My brother called me," Joseph told detectives, his voice shaking. He was frantic, said the girl might be pregnant, might be his, said he had to get rid of the body. The brother's confession broke the case wide open. But what did Quiles say when police confronted him?
Jonathan, I met you at your house before we talked to Detective Abbott.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you met
No, I have not.
Detective Milwaukee.
Likewise.
There's been a lot happened. We need to talk about, okay? I want to listen to everything you got to say, but naturally I'm going to have questions. Can't really ask those questions unless I go through your rights. And this is a way to protect you, okay?
Yes, sir.
So I want to hear everything you got to say, but I'm going to read your rights first, okay?
Okay.
Now, Quiles finds himself in the interrogation room as the detective begins to uncover a trail that leads straight to him. But what exactly could have happened on that fateful day? As the investigation intensifies, the shocking truth is about to come to light.
One of the things that we're investigating, is with your niece,
Yes.
Samaya.
Oh, Samaya.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what can you tell me about Samaya? Like, why do you think you would be here because of Samaya?
I've been accused many times by the older siblings, well, the sisters and stuff, that I've been inappropriate with Iyana and
Right.
Maya.
And how would they think what would they think is inappropriate?
Well, let's say this: the first time that it was brought to anybody's attention, they didn't hear it directly from them. I heard it from like a sister, Margie, and she mentioned that that they think that I was the reason that Iyana was turned out because she got caught in, having sex with a guy that was over 21 across the street. So, but prior to this, we've had complications in the family. They will pick on my wife. My wife has a little bit of, she needs medication to kind of stay level.
Okay.
But once my wife was almost happened to get admitted into the hospital, I had it with them. I'm telling you, I could be under a truck, fixing on the truck, and I'll drop what I'm doing to come and help them move or wherever the case may be. So with seeing my wife deteriorating the way she was, I couldn't deal with it no more. So I sent a mass text out to every last one of the sisters and said, listen, you guys got my wife. You have been picking on my wife all this year time. I've been staying out of it because this is a sister matter type of deal. I can't do it no more. I'm done with it. I don't want to hear none of your drama. You leave your stuff out there on the side of the road, wherever you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to come and help you. I'm not going to do nothing. You've just been nothing but drama in my life and in my wife's life. I'm keeping my distance from you guys. From that point on, this is about, I'm horrible with dates. I'm horrible with times. I want to say about a year, maybe a little bit more than a year ago.
Okay.
And from that point on, it's been just rocky roads with me and the sisters. Jametta started. I think Johnathan has been inappropriate with Maya and Iyana. Mm-hmm. Now they question them girls separately, together, and it's been he's never been inappropriate with me. And it's I don't have nothing to hide.
Joseph had even sent Johnathan a text afterward. "I can't talk to you right now. I have to stay firm on my decision. What you told me isn't some joke or something you lie about. So yes, I told the police because they needed to know. I'm sorry I have to do the right thing for that girl and her family, not the right thing for you and your selfishness. I hate to lose you, but I'd rather that the girl's family have some peace. I'd rather lose my brother than let that girl's family suffer," Joseph said. Now police knew what happened, but they still needed to find Iyana, and that meant searching tons of garbage at the landfill.
Court just wrapped up for the day in the case of a murdered pregnant teenager in Jacksonville.
Iyana Sawyer disappeared in December 2018. Her uncle, Johnathan Quiles, is on trial for her murder, even though her body was never found. Jessica Clark is on your side tonight, and she's been saying that prosecutors have been talking all about how Quiles murdered his pregnant niece, Iyana Sawyer, at his job, a junkyard on Jacksonville's north side. Jessica?
Right, Jeannie, that's what they're saying. And then they say he got rid of her body at a landfill on the west side. We heard testimony from the general managers of each of those places today. Prosecutors say they found items missing from 16-year-old Sawyer's room at Otis Road landfill, which is described by its general manager as massive. Also, this is a landfill for construction material, not household items. The general manager testified in December 2018 when Sawyer disappeared. They were up to 200 trucks coming in each day with construction and demolition debris. The amount of debris investigators searched through to try to find evidence was around 5,500 tons. And according to the landfill general manager, this is a lot to do, almost impossible to find something like a needle in a haystack. Now, they never found Sawyer's body, and the GM from Quiles' job at the junkyard, which is called Ace Pick Apart, he testified Quiles was one of about 16 employees who worked outside. He said the large commercial dumpster on the junkyard's property was emptied either the same day or the next day after somebody noticed it was full and made a call to the company that empties it. Prosecutors believe this is how Sawyer's body was taken to the landfill.
It's very, very difficult to find anything once it hits the ground at the landfill, especially 3 or 4 weeks out.
We also saw clips of surveillance video from the junkyard where Quiles worked. He is seen driving into areas where employees usually don't go, according to his boss. Quiles is also seen interacting with a person driving a truck, carrying a dumpster off of the property. In the studio, Jessica Clark, First Coast News, on your side.
Police spent 16 days searching Otis Road landfill, digging through over 5,000 tons of trash. The operation cost over $1.5 million. They found items believed to be Iyana's, Victoria's Secret underwear, a Terry Parker High School textbook, receipts from Ace Pick Apart. But they never found her body. Johnathan's plan had worked, almost. Without a body, could they still get justice? Could they prove he'd murdered her? The answer would come in a courtroom nearly 5 years later. On July 18, 2019, a grand jury indicted Johnathan Quiles on 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of sexual battery. Both murder charges carried the death penalty, but Quiles wasn't done talking. In jail, he befriended an informant from Bible study. Within days, he was spilling everything. The wire recording captured their conversation. "Why did you kill her, though?" the informant asked. "She came off that she was pregnant," Quiles said casually. "I'd say it's a possibility that was mine." Listen to how casual he sounds. No remorse, no guilt. To Quiles, Iyana wasn't his niece anymore. She was just a problem he'd solve. The trial began September 11, 2023, nearly 5 years after Iyana disappeared. Prosecutors presented overwhelming evidence: DNA on Iyana's underwear, Joseph's testimony, the jailhouse recordings, Snapchat messages showing the inappropriate relationship. Iyana's sister testified, crying, about witnessing the abuse for years, about how Quiles had molested her too. Detective Abbott read the Snapchat messages aloud in court. "I'm so in love with you. I'll kill you," and cry. "You're stuck with me until you die." Quiles never testified. The jury deliberated for less than 1 hour. September 21, 2023. Guilty. 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of sexual battery. After 1 hour and 13 minutes, the jury returned with their recommendation: life in prison without the possibility of parole. On October 2, 2023, Judge Anthony Salem made it official. But first, he had something to say. Iyana would have been 23 weeks and 4 days pregnant, the judge said, his voice heavy with emotion. That baby could feel love and comfort. Sadly, because of Mr. Quiles, he made sure it felt pain, but that baby was a real person. I find some comfort knowing that she was with her mother at the time. 3 consecutive life sentences. Johnathan Quiles would die in prison, so where does this leave the family? What happens to those left behind? And what do we take away from this tragedy? Outside the courthouse, Kimberly Mobley wore a shirt bearing the name Hazel Michelle, the granddaughter she would never meet. Through tears, she spoke about the daughter taken from her. Iyana was everything you could ask for. She was my first love. Joseph Quiles, the brother who chose justice over blood, had written something that captures this entire tragedy. "I hate to lose you, but I'd rather that the girl's family have some peace." One last time, let's return to that moment. The last moment anyone saw Iyana Sawyer alive, December 19, 2018. This was the last moment Iyana Sawyer was seen alive. A teenage girl walking toward the man she trusted, the man who would murder her. Some betrayals can never be forgiven. Some wounds never heal.